2A Division 2.
Oh,
Boys,
well.
2A day.
2A day, yeah. All right.
So the big headline for 2A is obviously Bremond going down. That is, has there been now, like, I don't know if you can draw a blueprint for beating Bremond, but, and I mentioned this with Craig Way yesterday on his show. The thing about Bremond is that they've had games like they had against Milano.
Yeah.
Where they had a couple special teams goofs.
Right.
And, like, the offense maybe wasn't clicking the whole time and stuff like that. They had games. But in those games, the difference would be Rashad Paul. Like, Rashad Paul's a fantastic player, and he was great in every game he played, but he was especially great in those moments where it's like, if you go back to, like, that first title game in 2014, in 2014, that game with Albany was nip and tuck. And then, in the end, it was him putting on the cape and being like, I'm the guy.
Right.
And I'm gonna take us there.
Yeah.
And he did. Now they don't have that, and that, I think, is what's going on. So that opens the door. And you and I had a great discussion about this on our way to Wichita Falls.
It's true.
About how, if it's not Bremond,
okay,
immediately you go to Tenaha.
Yeah.
And Tenaha is 3-0. They're looking fine. Everything's sunshine and daffodils.
Yeah.
They have had a couple of games so far that make you go, oh.
Kind of expecting them to click on all cylinders, right? You look at that team, all the experience, the kind of offense they should be able to have, and they just haven't gotten off to that red-hot start you expect.
There's a point, I think they were, like, trailing Cairns, which, like, all due respect to Cairns, that's not a team that a 2A Division II state championship, like, front-runner should be losing to at any point. They ended up winning the game.
But, you wonder.
The defense is clicking, and I'll say that, but overall, like, Tenaha, it's like, oh, okay, well, like, what's up with them? So let's just, for the sake of argument, I'm not saying it's not. In fact, right now, I'd probably still pick Tenaha to win it.
Right.
But for the sake of argument, let's say it's not Tenaha.
Right.
And it's not Bremond.
Right.
It's probably Albany.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Albany, that win over Roscoe last week, I do not think you can overstate it. That's a really impressive win.
Last year I had a really good feeling about Iran. This year I have a really good feeling about Albany. As long as they stay healthy, which has been an issue, at that level it will be. You lose one or two key guys and there's no one else.
What's so funny, you and I were talking about this in the car, about how, like, let's just say, again, we're talking hypothetically. Let's say Albany goes to a title.
Right.
They win it. They win a game.
Say they win it all. Yeah.
Like, what are Drew Neese and
Alex
Alex Faith going to be thinking? Like,
well, you didn't have to play Rashad Paul.
Great, guys. Well done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of it's weird to get in their mind. So let's just
long road ahead. But
then, like, for as I don't want to say predictable, but as projectable as 2A Division II has been in the Rashad Paul era, let's go the opposite way, and let's just say that things get really weird, and let's say that Albany gets upset, and let's say that Tenaha and Bremond don't make it to a title game or something like that. Then you're talking about teams like Munster.
Right.
You're talking about teams like Iran.
Yeah. Have they reloaded enough? Yeah.
We're talking about teams like Wellington.
Yeah.
We're talking about teams, maybe a team from Region 4 like Falls City or Burton.
Why not Milano?
Why not Milano?
Milano, yeah.
Why not Milano?
Yeah.
Like, they're 3-0 and they're rolling right now, and they've got the best win of the year by anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why not them? What's fun about 2A Division II is that you do have these, I think, three at the top who have separated themselves in some way, in some order. You have those three. One, because they've done it 3 times in a row, and one, because they bring up back so much from a great team last year, and one, because they've looked fantastic the first 3 weeks. What's great about it, though, what I love about 2A Division II, is that if you squint and if you dream a little bit, there's no more wide open, crazy town banana pants division in the state.
Right.
Because there's so many teams that have the guys that could do it. And that's what makes it so interesting to me.
Yeah, I guess if we're sitting here 10 weeks from now and those aren't the same teams we're talking about, I'll be really surprised. And we'll have a heck of a story on our hands about a team that no one saw coming.
You're exactly right. I mean, it's either going to be, like, it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to go pretty predictable or entirely unpredictable.